Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and today we are going to be making the cutest little baby favors. And we're going to be using the cutest onesie bundle. And I just got this bundle, and it has been in the catalog for a full year, and I've completely ignored it. Maybe because I don't attend very many baby showers, so I'm not really thinking baby mode, but I know a lot of you do, and this is just so cute. I had to get it, and the good news is that it is carrying over, and it will be available still for I think another year. I think it's actually in the catalog. So that's the good news. Even though I ignored it for a full year, I have now got it, and now we have the opportunity to make some cute, these are just so cute. Look at these little tiny boxes. I made two kinds of favors. This one is a little bit more involved. It's a box, but then I think a lot of you may be familiar with my kiss tents that I have done before in the past. These just make the most awesome little kiss tents, and they are so easy to make. All you need to do is die cut two of these, make a little tent, and glue them on. So this is like the simple version. But if you want to get fancier, because I know some of you have put on very elaborate baby showers, and these are just really cute. If you put them in a cellophane bag, then they become a little bit more substantial. You can put 3 kisses in here, or maybe another chocolate that will fit, but they're just like really cute, and you can decorate the front and the back, and I'll show you in a minute how they open when they're flat, but they're just really cute. Now, if you're looking for these cellophane bags, I will have the link, an Amazon link down below. I think I put it in there already. So if you're looking for these, they have this little paper piece in there already, and they're flat bottom, so they sit really nicely, and you just need like a 5-inch length of ribbon. You probably can get by with a little bit less, but if you want to have enough room to tie the knot and to have enough room to angle cut the ends, it just makes for super cute packaging. And you know, the cool thing about this, I have made this in probably the plainest way possible, right? But you can also stamp on our designer series paper, like the Subtles collection has this color in it, balmy blue, and I did Pretty in Pink and Balmy Blue, but you could do Pink Pirouette, not Pink Pirouette, Bubble Bath. Pink Pirouette's an old color. Bubble Bath is in the Subtles collection, and right now that designer series paper is on sale because we're getting a new set of patterns in the new catalog. So you can stamp this right on designer series paper, this little image, and then it looks like the onesie has a pattern on it, like it's like printed cotton or something like that. So this is really the simplest way, and it's still super cute. So you can imagine if you go a little bit further and do a little bit more decorating, how you can make this even more cute. So I'm going to be showing you how to make the little boxes and the kiss tents if you've never seen them before. And then on Saturday, if you are on my email list, you will be able to get my project sheet, which will be right there in your inbox tomorrow. And it's kind of a nice little summary of what we're doing, and that way you might not even have to refer back to this video. But if you do have questions later on, it has a link back to the video, and then you can skim it and find the spot where maybe you're stuck, and that will help you, and it will make your life a lot easier. So that will be coming out tomorrow, but you must be on my email list, and that link is down below. So I also wanted to tell you today is May 2nd, and for 2 days only, May 2nd and May 3rd, Stampin' Up! Is offering double points on, or double rewards on Stampin' Up! Orders on of $20 or more. So that's a new low threshold that we just switched over midway through April, but normally you get 10% rewards back on your order, and now you're going to get, for the next today and tomorrow, you're going to get 20% rewards back on your order, and that can be used on a future order. You can save them up. They are available for 1 full year after you earn them, so it's not just like next month, like with Kohl's. Sometimes you have to use up your Kohl's cash like really quickly, but this is available for much longer, so it's a great time to place an order. What else can I tell you? Oh, make sure you opt in. I had to reach out to one of my new customers, and she had forgotten to opt into the rewards. And maybe if you think you're only ever going to place one order, it doesn't make a big difference. But if you're ever thinking of ever possibly placing another order, it is good to opt in because it is free. This rewards program does not cost anything. It is funded by Stampin' Up, and it's just a way that you can make your next order cheaper. Is all I can really say is that you're going to not have to spend as much on your next order, because you can take that money and reply it to your next order, or you can save it up and buy something special so you can really feel like, oh, your rewards have gone to this special item. But personally, I would just use them on my next order. Very easy peasy, a way to make your order cheaper. So don't forget, it ends tomorrow, May 3rd, at midnight Mountain Time, because that's where Stampin' Up is based, in Mountain Time. All right, looks like we have a whole bunch of you on here this morning. I'm going to talk to you all later. Oh yeah, and I saw some May 6th floating around. May 6th, next Tuesday, is when our new catalog goes live. So we do have to wait a few more days for that. So that's May 6th, when we have our new catalog going live. And I'm looking forward to that too, because catalog pre-orders for demonstrators on the annual catalog, it's only a select grouping of products, so we haven't been able to order everything from that catalog. So I'll be wanting to purchase a few things out of there. The other thing, don't forget, not only is the online catalog, the annual catalog going live, it's also online exclusives. We have a bunch of online exclusives releasing the same day, so make sure you check out that category, because I haven't demonstrated anything out of the new annual catalog or the online exclusives yet, just because I always find it so frustrating when you can't get a product that someone's showing right away, because I know I'm very impatient, so I want to order things right away that I want. So I'm not going to be doing anything like that until next week. We'll be switching over to some new products next week that you have not seen before, and that will be exciting. Okay, I have talked enough. I've shown you my project sheet, and today we're going to be making these projects in a different color. So, just so you can see, you can absolutely do it in whatever color is the theme color for the baby shower. All right, let me pop over to my other camera. I wish you could see the rest of my desk. This is like the clean spot on my desk right now. You would be appalled. I am appalled. So this is the cutest onesie bundle. When you purchase them together, you save 10%. You can buy them individually too. And so just very cute little bundle. I was wondering on the steps, I was wondering what that was, but I have figured it out. That will go on the shirt right there and make it like a Henley shirt. Those are the little buttons for that. It was like, what on earth is that for? That's a pocket heart star, and that, I think I don't know, it's a squiggly. It's a little cloud or something. I don't know. A little something to put on there. this I had to figure out. I'm not sure if there's a reason for this, and maybe you guys can tell me if you know what it is. Maybe we'll do the little baby rattle today on the front of one of the onesies, or you could do like any of these numbers, the 1, 2, 3. So I mean, it's cute and fun. Maybe the numbers, if you die cut them, could go on the cloud if you turned it on its side. I don't know. We shall play around with this. Okay, so to start off with, I think the best thing when you start off is we need to. Oh, I wanted to show you. Let's see. This one opens like this. This is the box. So isn't that cute? It's a little box that opens like that. And these boxes inside here are the same. So just one's the top and one's the bottom. And oh, when I stamped Sweet Girl and Sweet Boy, I had to cut the stamp apart so that I could stack them because it was all in one line. So, feel free to do that, especially if you're doing a lot of these. And, or I think today what we're going to do, we're going to cut apart a stamp. I'm going to show you how I do this. We're going to take this stamp right here that says, new baby, and we're just going to stamp baby on the front or the back of one of them. So, all right, let's do this. First off, we're going to be making both a box and a tent, and each box and each tent needs 2 of the onesies. So let's grab our die cutting machine and the plates, and we're going to grab the stamp because it's cute without the stamp, but it's much cuter with the stamp. So for each of these, like for this one, I did balmy blue cardstock and As Your Afternoon ink. I went a little darker so that the detail could be seen a little better. For this little one, I did Pretty in Pink cardstock and Melon Mambo ink. So again, it could be a little darker. If you like the subtle look, then go with Pretty in Pink and Pretty in Pink and Balmy in Blue and Balmy Blue. I am using, what is this, the name of this cardstock? Oh, shoot. It's called Lemon Lolly. Okay, I just remembered. This is Lemon Lolly. It is our lightest yellow color. And I'm going to use Daffodil Delight ink because it's a little darker and it's going to show up a little better. Again, you can use Lemon Lolly ink on Lemon Lolly cardstock. But if you want it to show up a little bit better, then do that. The other option you could always do as well is you could use our Tuxedo Black ink and just do black ink and then go ahead and that way you could use black ink on all of them. But I do like kind of the subtle look of pink on pink and yellow on yellow. All right. I have pre-cut some little onesies, so we don't have to do 4 of them on here, but I want to show you just how to die cut them. This is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it will tell you to use the number 1 plate. My machine is tight, so I'm going to go down a size and use the number 3 platform. It's light gray. All of these plates come with your machine. And you're going to need a clear cutting plate for the bottom and a clear one for the top. So we'll just pop this on here. We'll grab our die. I'm going to stand up while I do this. And if I feel lucky, I'm just going to load this up on here. And if I feel like I can get this straight through without moving it, I'm just going to very carefully put this plate on top, put my thumb down, and now we're going to roll this through. Once it catches the rollers in here, then it's not going to shift anymore. Let's see what kind of job I did. not bad. So there is the little onesie. Now, I'm just curious. Let's just grab this little guy right here. And we're going to do a tone. Oh, I just shifted it. It's easier for me to come from this side, so let's do that. It's all about muscle memory, right? So let's just go and do this through. This particular die does not have a stamped equivalent, so you just die cut it. And there is a little baby rattle. And we could, you know, put that baby rattle on the front there, like as a tone-on-tone design. So we'll have to think about what we want to do. You know, you could also like stamp and cut the little pocket, right? I think we're just going to leave it at the baby rattle right now because there's lots of different things we can stamp on here. Okay, let's set this aside. Pop these back on here. This is going into the garbage. And let's go ahead. And I've got a whole bunch of these already cut, so you wouldn't have to watch me do that 4 times. So now is the time, before we make the boxes and put the tents and stuff together, now's the time we need to decide what we're going to put on these while they're still flat. Because I'm going to get ahead of myself and then I'm going to have them glued and then it's going to be impossible to put them on there. So I did want to use the word baby, and I just wanted to show you what I do when I cut them apart. I just grab some scissors, and the photopolymer cuts really like with any scissor really. So you're just going to look, you know, for the gap, right? Sometimes the gap is really small, but even when the gap is small, I've done it. This one's a decent size gap between new and baby, and I just cut right in the center of them. I just did that. And now you can use the word new alone. I'm just going to stick this back in here, and now I have the word baby. I'm going to grab a block. So let's go ahead and stick baby on here. Okay. And because maybe this is, I'm doing this in yellow, and maybe you don't know the gender of the baby. Oh, I was also thinking, wouldn't this really be fun for like a gender reveal? And you could, because these have little hangers, right? And you know how they get the guests to guess, is it a boy or a girl, right? That's a big thing nowadays. You could have like a little kind of clothesline or something hung up, a pretend clothesline on a wall, and you could hang these. I would probably do like a little mini glue dot and have people like just hang up who they think it's going to be, a boy and a girl, and then you can see who's right at the end if you do the gender reveal at the party. But this is a cute thing that you could probably do for people guessing, you know, is it a boy or a girl? I thought that would be cute. All right, so now we've got the word baby. So I'm going to stamp this right on there, baby. Isn't that cute? I'm going to do that, I think, on 2 of them, and we're going to, and the other ones we're going to do something different on the back. So that's really cute. I like that a lot. I'm glad I cut it apart. I felt like new baby on there didn't really make sense, but baby does make sense. And then we could do like the rattle on one, and let's see. I think we're going to do, should we do a star or a heart? Star or a heart? I don't know if I like the rattle, actually. I don't know. It could probably be used like on a card or something. I think I'm going to just go with stamping. Okay, you need to let me know on these ones, which one are we going to do, a star or a heart? Or maybe I should do one of each. Do you think? Should we do one of each? That will probably appease everyone. We'll do a heart on one. And we'll do a star on the other one. And what I've been doing with the heart and the star, just to emphasize them a bit, I kind of use the same color Stampin' Blends as my cardstock, and I use the light bullet tip, and I just go ahead and color it in just a little bit. And I don't know why, but I just think that just, like, I don't know, makes it stand out just a little bit better than just an outline. Like I did that here. You can just kind of see just a teeny tiny bit that I colored it in. You don't have to do that, but okay. All right, let's move some things away. And we're first gonna do, the little kiss tent. I'm gonna make myself some room so that I can bring in my Simply Scored, one of my favorite all-time tools ever. And if I have been very good, I have a piece of cardstock. This is all that you need. And I'm going to use white. I'm going to tell you why. You could use the same color, but I kind of feel like white would be like the diaper sticking out. I don't know. And I feel like if I did pink behind there, it would just be too much pink. I think white provides a little contrast. So that's why I'm doing white as my tent color. And it is just a 4" by 1" piece, 4 by 1. And then you're just gonna score it at the 1" mark, the 2" mark, the 3" mark, and that's it. 4 by 1, and then score at 1, 2, 3. This is such an easy favor. Then you're going to fold along the score lines. We're going to grab the glue. Just put glue on one of the square ends and bring it and overlap it with the other end to create a little triangle. Okay, so we have these two. And I actually cut 2 hangers earlier with this little die out of white. I already have them, so I'm not going to show you how to die cut them. Very easy. Just put the die with the cut side down on the white and run it through. And we're going to, I really like this baby end. We're just going to put this hanger through. Isn't that cute? Like, that's cute because it cuts the little slot for the neck. That's adorable, right? I think that's adorable. Okay, then with the other one, we're going to flip it, and we have to have the hanger going in the opposite direction because they're going to back each other up. Okay, so these two are going to come together like this, and that way you need like that. Okay, so first of all, let's put this one on here, and we're just going to glue. We're going to leave these 2 corners blank of glue, and then we're going to come up and do glue kind of like that, a little in the center, and then all the way up to the top of the tent. And then you're just going to center this and press it down. Don't worry about this, it's kind of just hanging in there. And we're going to flip it, just bend this just a little tiny bit. And then we'll put just tiniest bit of glue up there. If you get too much glue, just take a little scrap piece of paper and scrape it off. Sometimes I had to do that. And I'm just painting some glue on there. And then again, we're going to put glue on the top and then just on the center because we need the little leg holes there. And I find it easier to start off by lining up the top and getting that lined up because it would be really hard to do it the other way around and just get it so that it that's lined up. And then work your way down and get it so it's like that. Isn't that cute? Like, so cute. And then you're gonna grab yourself some kisses. Kisses are great because they're available like everywhere, almost everywhere in the US, maybe not in Europe, but in the US and probably also in Canada. And there you go. There's your little Hershey's Kiss. And look, I am holding this on its side, and as long as you've got it like situated like that, you know, if you shake this, it will come out. But if you just pick it up like this, it's not going to come out. So that's a really neat thing with these little kiss tents. And you know, how adorable, right? Doesn't take too long to make these up. Get a few friends together and you have these whipped up in no time at all. Super cute, right? Okay, but I know we want to get a little fancier too. So let's go a little fancier and let's make these little boxes. And then how cute is that to put it inside of a little cellophane bag? That is like super, super cute. So let's start off with our scoring board, and we're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock, but we're going to start off with the larger one, which is the lid. And this one measures 5 7/8 by 1 1/4. We're going to turn it to the short side. Let me straighten this out a bit. And score at the 1 inch mark. Now I could also score at the 1/4 inch mark, but it's much harder to score at the 1/4 inch mark because it's harder to pin down the cardstock maybe if you're left-handed. If you're left-handed, it might be easier to score at the 1/4 inch mark. But if you're right-handed, it's easier to score at the 1 inch mark. So we're going to score at the 1 inch mark. Okay, and then you're going to take the piece, angle it. Okay, so you can kind of see the skinny scored segment is up at the top. We're going to put that up at the top just so our diagram looks the same. And this one we're going to score at the 1 1/2 inch mark, the 2 inch mark, the 2 1/2 inch mark, the 3 inch mark, the 4 1/2 inch mark, and the 5 5/8 inch mark. And I'm just going to put this aside. I'll show you what it looks like in a second because this is causing contrast. The contrast isn't very good, so it doesn't show me the score lines very well. Okay, so this piece is for the bottom, and it measures 5 5/8 by 1 1/4. This is the same color as I used for the top. It's a lemon lolly. Let's put this 1 1/4 inch side up at the top, and we're going to score at the 1 inch mark. We'll turn that skinny segment to the top, and now we're going to score at 1 1/2, 2, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 4 3/8, and 5 3/8. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so let's have a look at these. You can probably see them better now that the contrast is gone. They look pretty similar, and I will have a diagram for you so that you can compare your strip with mine to make sure it looks right. And then we're going to just cut it up. So we're going to start off by, you can just trim this corner, but this little teeny tiny corner, but I'm also going to angle cut it. So on my second one, I'll show you how I kind of do that all at once. And then you're going to angle cut this end. All right. And then we're going to fold. This is what someone taught me, Louise, if you're on here. My mother-in-law also reinforced this with me. We just cut them like this to make these little triangles. You can also do this if that makes you uncomfortable. You just want to cut V's into the score intersection of each one, just going up to that first score line like that. but it's much easier if you do both sides at once by doing this. Of course, when you do this, you're going to have little triangles. They're going to shoot all over the place, and you're going to have these little pieces all over the place. But it is faster, and you know, most of us own a vacuum cleaner, so it will be super fast. And here, I'm just going to show you, I just kind of do this, and I cut right angled across the corner like that, and then I can do both of those at the same time. And then I angle cut that end, and then we're gonna come along here and just cut all of these. Like that. All right, I'm gonna move some of these out of the way and put them in the garbage, and later on I will go find all the other pieces. Okay, so just if you're doing both of them at the same time, I like to do the bigger one first. So grab your bigger strip, make sure that end is also folded over. Now is a good time to fold over all of these pieces. If you want to reinforce the folds, you can use your bone folder. Okay. All right. So then we're going to glue this tab end to this end. This is not a symmetrical piece, so we're going to do this in the air. We're going to grab this end and we'll bring them over to connect them. Now we can do like a little pinch technique, which helps them bond together. So I'm just going to flatten out this end here and pinch it, but it's not symmetrical, so it's going to bow right here. Just give that a little pinch. All right, then we're going to fold down all of these. Fold down all of these, and we're going to shape it like the body of our little piece. If you want to too, if you want all of these tabs to lay flat, I just kind of make sure that there's, you can angle cut these a little bit wider, and that way you won't have like an overlap of the cardstock when you lay it down on there. See how there's like a little bit of a gap in between all of them? You can go back in and just do that. Okay, so this, I want baby on the top. So I'm going to grab this one because this is the top of the box. And we're gonna start off, we'll put this over. These three little shorter ends line up like this. And I don't know, I think the easiest thing for me, since I made a few of these, is I put a little bit of glue down right on the bottom of this one. And then I'm only going to glue this one bottom middle tab in place. I like to do that a lot because it kind of gives me an anchor point. If I can get one piece in place that's glued solidly, then I can stretch this across and mold the rest and not have constant sliding with my boxes. So I like to pick a side to anchor, and I tried the top and I found the bottom was just much better for that. So just make sure it's anchored. I'm using my finger right now just to like put some pressure on it. Make sure it's not going anywhere, and that is going to be your anchor tab. Then you can lift all of these up, and now we're going to put glue on the rest of them and finish gluing this box down. The bottom is a lot easier because you can nest it inside of the lid, but the top, so now this one, you want to make sure it's kind of easier if you can bring this really close up to you. I'm going to try and do it from here and not get my head in the way. You just want to get it as close to the end as possible, and you want it centered. You're going to see, that looks pretty good. You're going to kind of see two little bumps where the neck dips down. You want this box to be just below there. And then once you kind of got that in place, you're just going to come around and press the rest of them all down with your fingers. Okay. And there is the little top of the box. Okay, and next up we are going to take this piece. We're going to do the same thing. I think, did not fold all of these down. It's much easier to fold them down before you glue the two ends together. So let's do that. All right. And then glue that to this. This is really glued in the same way, except when we go to put this piece on, that will be a little different. So just make sure it's lined up, and I'm just pinching it flat on one end because it's not symmetrical. All right, okay, so now I'm going to open this up, and we're going to just put this inside the box. And again, up here, I always find that I could have cut a little bit wider of a V. I feel like when it's flat all the way, it's going to adhere this piece better. Okay, so now all I have to do is glue all of those on there. And then I just settle this into place, kind of feeling with my fingers. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure, not very much because you don't want to break your box, just on those tabs. So not on the center, just on the tabs. And then once you've done that a little bit, just gently take the boxes apart and now turn it over and use your finger, or you can use a bone folder. Probably the rounded end works better. And you can just press down, and now your box is solidified. So the bottom of this does have, it is a little bit rounded, so it might plop over. So my solution to that is you just take this. You can kind of see there's a little bit of overhang. Yeah, that's coming off. So now I've got a little flat surface. Now this one I could have had like up just a teeny tiny bit more. I could have glued it a little bit closer to the top. So I'm cutting a little bit more off this one, but that's also the back, so it doesn't look bad, right? So now my box is going to stand up instead of tipping over, because that's kind of what you want. Like for your display, you kind of want it to be up like that. And then you're going to grab 3 Kisses or whatever candy you want, and just, they do come in here. I kind of tip them like this, and then this last one comes in like that. And then put the lid on and grab a bag. It's nice that these sit flat. And then you just slide it down in there. If you're doing the box without the bag, I used a 10-inch length and I just tied it around here. I actually for my photography, I moved it a little bit. So I don't know, photography is so interesting how it makes things look like how they're not actually. So sometimes you have to move things forward and back to make them look like they actually look in real life. I don't know if you've ever had to photograph something like that, but so true. I'm using some of this. This is just, it's white. Huh, they just call it white ribbon. Is that it? White ribbon. That's very boring name, but there's the item number 165562. It is like a kind of like a light cotton ribbon, and we'll just need about 5 inches of it. So, and I am working on my ribbon savers project sheet, my big one. It's taken me a long time because I've had to make some decisions on how to do it. If I weren't such a perfectionist, it wouldn't take me this long, but there you go. But I am working on it. I'm going through all of my ribbon and measuring everything that I have an example of and trying to create like a bunch of different measurements to make your life easier. So, but yeah. Okay, so I'm just using some locking tweezers here to crimp this to make it easier to tie. And we're going to do the first knot, and then we're going to let this go. Okay. And then we're going to do, we're going to do this knot over and under, like that. And so this was 5 inches, so that works out kind of well. And then just do a little angle cut. All right, let's put all of my things away. So that they're out of the way. All right, let's put them away, and then I can take everything out and give you a show of what they look like. So these are the little boxes that are in the cellophane bags. Okay, isn't that cute? Like, just really cute little boxes. And that's one thing. But what if you're in a rush? What if you're in a rush? Then you do these ones. And these are super cute too. Now, you could also do the hanger on these ones, but I think for this one for sure, the reason it's so cute is because it does come to a peak at the top, whereas this one, there's an inch in between each onesie. So you could have one on either side, but they wouldn't connect like they do on these ones, right? So, and these are just the ones, the boxes without cellophane bags, right? So those are your options for these little favors. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Super, super cute little favors. Let's switch this one over to the other side. There you go. These ones are not hard at all. They're just adorable. Okay, I could look at like pretty little displays of that stuff all day long. I don't know. Do you have a baby shower in your future? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, it's not that age yet, so I'm just haven't really been into the baby shower favors, but they are super cute to make. And you know me, I just love to make boxes surrounding a theme, like, or a die or something like that. I cannot absolutely not resist doing that. So I hope that gave you some ideas of what you could do. I just think this would be really cute, for, is it a boy or a girl? Guess, and we'll count up how many people think it's a boy or a girl, and you can hang them up. I think that would be really, really fun thing. So more than one thing you can do with this particular bundle. All right, I am going to say hello to all of you. But first, if you're not already part of my YouTube channel, if you're not already a subscriber, I hope you will subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I go live next. Also, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it very much. Or leave me a comment, and I will try and get to those. I'm going to go through the comments now and read your questions and comments and see if there's anything that I can address before I leave here. Don't forget, tomorrow I have a project sheet for you that I will send out via email, and you just need to be part of my free email list to get this. So it's such a good deal to be on my list every Saturday, a project sheet. How fun is that? Okay, and I have like 5 years worth of project sheets. That's a lot of project sheets. You can get access to back project sheets. When you sign up to be part of my email list, you should get a welcome email with the link to get past project sheets. Also, my Saturday email has a link, a banner at the bottom that you can click on with a link to my past project sheets too, in case you lose that link. So let's say hello to everyone who's joined today. Hello, Nancy and Cutie Puppies and Melba, and hello, Marty. Yes, and Marty says, don't forget the double reward points today and tomorrow. And cardstock prices are increasing. I forgot about that. Yes, our cardstock is going up in price on May 6th. I checked last night, and there are a few colors and multi-packs that are sold out, but there is just a few compared to the amount of cardstock we have. It's like a handful. So there's still time to get cardstock that's in the store right now. Pretty in Pink is one of those colors that is sold out right now. Another great color, though, if you're looking for another pink, is Bubble Bath. Bubble Bath is also a very light pink. Let me just grab for reference. So I think Pretty in Pink is the one that's behind. It's kind of got a little bit more yellow in it. I think Bubble Bath has a little bit more blue in it. I don't know if pink can have yellow in it, but I kind of find it goes a little bit more towards the warm tones, and Bubble Bath is a little bit more towards the cool tones. How's that? I feel like I'm now have a paint channel. Cool tones and warm tones. So, but if you're looking to get pink cardstock today, I would go with Bubble Bath because it is what is available right now. Okay, moving along. Hello, Mommy Roo, and hello, Linda, and hello, Jan. Hello, Mary. Nancy said, once again, I said, yes, I can make something. So I'm heading down to the craft room for the weekend to make 65 of the Ghirardelli Sweet Mother's Day containers. Oh my gosh. Good thing you have an abundance of designer series paper. Nancy, were you on Monday? I'm not sure if you're making the ones that we made last Friday, but if you use if you do like the smaller one out of 6x6, someone mentioned that one of my customers mentioned that the little Andes mints will fit in the smaller container because we were looking for some sort of chocolate to fit in there. So that is a good tip that I'd like to pass on if someone's looking to make smaller containers with less cardstock that are less designer series paper. that is a thing that you can put inside there. But good for you, Nancy. I hope you get them all done. Hello, Linda. And there's two Lindas here. And the second Linda says, I can make your boxes. Made the zipper birthday box for her granddaughter's birthday. And she used the Turtle Designer Series paper. Oh, how fun. That's awesome. Always makes me very happy to hear when people make my projects, because like I make these things and I'm hoping that people will make them. But when they tell me that they make them and that they were successful making them, I'm just like really overjoyed. So thank you for letting me know that. Hello, Beth. She says, so cute, perfect timing. She's having a baby shower next month and have been struggling to come up with a good idea. Oh, awesome. Oh, I'm glad I did it today then. Hopefully you'll make a bunch of them. Hey, and Beth, if you do make these, send me an email and just send me a picture and let me know how it turned out. Hello, another Mary. Hello, good morning. Nancy says, perfect timing is right. Hope you have the set. She just happens to have lots of Ghirardelli candy. Oh, good for you. Okay, well, that's awesome. Oh, and there's Stuart. Hello, Stuart. He says he's on vacation this week, so he gets to watch me again. Oh, well, that's so nice. Haven't seen you in a very, very long time. Hello, Linda and Lindsay. And Lindsay says it's her first time watching. Cute project, she says. Thank you so much. Mommy Rue says, at Lindsay, she welcomes Lindsay and she says, Brenda's amazing. That's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Marty says you could use Sweet Baby together. Oh, that's a great idea. Since I'm already cutting them apart, we could use the Sweet from either the baby girl or boy and then add baby, and it would be two different fonts, and that would be really cute. I like that idea, Marty. See, if we have all these like heads together, we can make everything better. I need all of you in my room while I'm doing the ribbon savers too. We could do like votes on consensus on the measurements, because that's what's driving me crazy. I want to make things easy for everyone, and my brain is going to explode from doing that. Mommy Ruth said one of each for the star and the heart. Good. So Marty said she could have used these 16 and 14 years ago. Oh, yeah. Well, if you ever have another one, a grandchild in the future, hopefully you'll be able to use them to make this at some point. Marty says, I'm the queen of Hershey's Kiss projects. Thank you. I have made a lot of Hershey's Kiss projects, that's for sure. Hello, Linda. Hello, Corrine. And Linda says she never has difficulty printing my project sheets. Well, that's good to hear. Sometimes people do, but usually it's more to do with computers and printers than anything else, and communication. So not that I turn all of my project sheets into PDFs, so theoretically a PDF should be a fairly easy project or fairly easy thing to print off. Hello, Karen. And she says my sheets are easy to follow. Thank you. Hello, Estelle. She says she loves the project. Corinne says cute box. Where did you purchase your scissors that you cut your stamp in two separate pieces? Kathleen, these ones they were from Stampin' Up! When we used to cut, see, they even have the logo on there. When we used to have to cut our own stamps, I think they're called Kai scissors. I will update, I have sourced them on Amazon. after this video is over, I'm going to go pop the scissors into the description of my YouTube, so you can take a look. And there is one pair, I'm not sure how many I'll put out there, but there is one pair where people say that they use them for cutting out the rubber. So that's the kind that this one is. They're very good for trimming rubber as well. All right. Hello, Sandy. She's a little late. She's going to catch the replay. Marty says that ribbon name makes sense. Name makes me laugh every time. It's like we're having a bad imagination day when they named it. Yeah, like white ribbon. I don't know. I'm bad at naming things too, so I shouldn't complain. But we're going to have more white ribbon in the future, so it needs like one more descriptor, like white. It's almost like it's a very soft cotton ribbon. It's got like a very pronounced weave to it, but it's not like a hard or weave, like it's not like canvasy. It's a very soft cotton, I think. Lori loves the little hangers. Aren't they cute? Like, I just think they are just so cute. Actually, I like the font on this baby here. I think that's really, really cute. But yeah, they are super, super cute. Marty, Sandy, and Allie are all saying things are cute. Marty says she might have use for it. She has a niece that's pregnant, and her youngest daughter wanted to have a baby shower for her. I'll have to see how she's feeling. Yeah, Marty, big hugs to you. Marty says, don't forget to give Brenda a thumbs up. Thank you. Cutie Puppy says, those are so adorable. All three ways are super cute. Thank you so much. Catherine says they're so darn cute. And she said, my instructions are so thorough. Aw, thank you, Catherine. You're very sweet. Karen says Hershey's Kisses are her favorite. You know, they're kind of an iconic American chocolate, and they have lots of different flavors and lots of different colors of foil wrapping. So they're just, you know, fun for Americans to use. And Marty says, yes, Kai Scissors is the brand for stamp surgery. Okay, that's what I thought they were called. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go update my description with scissors if I don't get distracted. And I want you all to have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And I will be back here next week. So next week, the new catalog goes live on the 6th. I will be next week regular schedule, but then I will be away. I'm going on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. We leave on not this Saturday, we leave in a week almost. So I will be running around like crazy next week, but I will be doing something both on Tuesday and Friday. And then I think I don't know if I'm going to have time in advance to do projects for when I'm gone. We also have a new starter kit special that starts next week. So if you are interested in buying a lot of products, it is super worth it because you're going to get extra money for your $99. I think I'll have to go look at the amount again. I think it's $166 for only $99. It's in the 160 range. And you only pay $99 plus free shipping. So that I'll be announcing that next week. But a really good time to get the starter kit. It's a very easy starter kit. You just get to pick more product, and that's exactly what you need with the new annual catalog and new online exclusives that are going live. All right, we'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.